Imagine this. You fly across the country to surprise your only daughter with homemade jam and hugs, only to walk into her home and find it reeking of neglect. Then you rush to the hospital and discover she's clinging to life in the ICU, abandoned and starving, while your son-in-law speeds past in the brand new truck you bought him, blasting music with two strange women laughing beside him. In that single moment, would your heart break or would it turn to stone? Greetings, my dear friends. Before I share this painful yet powerful story with you, please do me a small kindness. Subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and tap that like button. It helps these real-life stories reach more hearts. And please, drop a comment below telling me which city or country you're listening from today. I read every single one, and it warms my soul knowing how far my voice travels. Now, make yourself comfortable. This one will pull at every string in your heart. My name is Evelyn Harper. I'm 68 years old, a widow from Seattle, Washington. After losing my husband 20 years ago, I poured everything into raising my only child, Clara, and building a small real estate business from scratch. Clara was my light, kind, gentle, always putting others first. When she met Ryan 6 years ago, he swept her off her feet with big dreams and an even bigger smile. I wanted them to have the start I never did, so I helped them buy a beautiful 3-bedroom townhouse in Miami. I put the deed in my name for better mortgage rates, and last year I surprised Ryan with a shiny new silver Ford F-150 truck. For the family you'll build, I told him. But over the past year, something changed. Clara's phone calls grew shorter, her laughter sounded forced. "We're fine, Mom," she'd say, but her voice was thin, tired, like she was carrying the weight of the world alone. A mother feels these things deep in her bones. One Thursday night, that familiar knot in my stomach twisted so hard I couldn't sleep. By sunrise, I'd booked the next flight to Miami without telling a soul. In my carry-on bag, I packed 2 jars of my homemade blueberry jam, the kind Clara begged for as a little girl, and, on a hopeful whim, a tiny yellow onesie. They weren't even trying for a baby yet, but something told me to bring softness, comfort, hope. The Uber pulled up to their quiet, tree-lined street. The front door looked perfect from the outside, fresh paint, blooming hibiscus, but the door was slightly ajar. I pushed it open and froze. The air hit me like a wall. Stale beer, cigarette smoke, rotting takeout, shoes and empty bottles littered the hallway. In the kitchen, pizza boxes towered beside stacks of unopened bills marked "Final Notice" in angry red letters. And there, on the counter, sat Clara's insulin kit and blood pressure medication, sealed, covered in dust. She'd been diagnosed with type 2 diabetes 8 months ago. The bottles hadn't been touched in weeks. My heart pounded. I called out her name. No answer. A neighbor, Mrs. Alvarez, poked her head in. "Evelyn? Oh, honey, Clara was taken by ambulance 3 days ago. She collapsed. Ryan? He comes and goes with friends, music loud till dawn. I almost called the police myself." The world tilted. I don't remember getting to the hospital. I only remember demanding to see Clara Harper Whitmore in the ICU. The doctor, a kind but exhausted woman named Dr. Patel, met me outside the glass doors. Severe diabetic ketoacidosis, complicated by infection and extreme malnutrition. She hasn't eaten properly in weeks. Dehydrated, fever over 104 for days. She was alone, Mrs. Harper. If the neighbors hadn't heard her fall, I walked into that room and nearly collapsed. My vibrant Clara, the girl who used to dance in the kitchen, lay tiny and gray, tubes down her throat, machines breathing for her. Her cheeks were sunken, arms bruised from failed IV attempts. She looked like a ghost of herself. I sat holding her cold hand, whispering every memory I could think of, when my phone buzzed. A text from Ryan. "Hey Mom, stuck at the hospital with Clara. It's really bad. Doctors are doing everything. Haven't left her side. Pray for us." I stared at those words until they blurred, because 20 minutes earlier, as I stood outside the hospital entrance trying to breathe, a silver F-150 roared past, bass thumping so hard the ground shook. Ryan behind the wheel, laughing, head thrown back. Two young women in the passenger seats, leaning out the windows, waving bottles in the air. He never even glanced at the hospital sign. That lie, that careless, cruel lie, snapped something inside me. The tears dried up. In their place came a cold, clear calm I hadn't felt since fighting banks to keep our house after my husband died. I walked to the quiet waiting area, sat down, and made 3 phone calls. First, to the police. I'd like to report my vehicle stolen, a silver Ford F-150, Florida plate HARP 68, last seen heading downtown with an unauthorized driver. Yes, the truck was still titled in my name. Ryan had whined about insurance costs. Second, to my oldest friend Gloria, a family lawyer in Miami. Transfer the townhouse deed solely to Clara's name. Do it today. I'll sign whatever you need. Third, to my financial advisor. Liquidate the emergency bonds. Every penny goes to Clara's medical care, private room, best specialists, whatever she needs. By nightfall, Ryan was in cuffs downtown, screaming that it was a misunderstanding. His one phone call was to me. I didn't answer. Over the next 2 days, he left voicemails that went from anger to panic to fake tears. Not once did he ask about Clara. When they released him, he came straight to the hospital, reeking of jail and desperation. He found me in the new private room I'd paid for, sitting beside Clara, who was finally breathing on her own. "Mama Evelyn," he started with that old charming smile. "This has all been a crazy mix-up. Let's go home and talk." "There is no home for you," I said quietly. "The townhouse belongs to Clara now. The truck was repossessed from impound and sold this morning. Proceeds already paid for this room and the nutritionist who is helping her recover." His face crumpled, then twisted. "You can't do that. I'm her husband." "You were, but husbands don't let their wives waste away while they party. Husbands don't lie while speeding past the hospital where she's dying." He fell to his knees in the hallway, begging, promising change, swearing he'd get a job, go to therapy, anything. Security escorted him out when he got loud. Clara woke up 3 days later. The first thing she whispered when the tube came out was, "I'm sorry, Mom. I didn't want to worry you." I held her while she cried. For the years she'd spent shrinking herself to keep him happy, for the dreams he'd mocked, for the meals she'd skipped so he could buy new sneakers. 6 months have passed now. Clara is gaining weight, painting again, beautiful watercolors of the ocean at sunrise. She kept the townhouse, changed the locks, filed for divorce. The judge didn't even blink when presented with medical records and neighbor statements. Ryan, last I heard, is bouncing between couches, working odd jobs, creditors circling. Some say I should have helped him one more time, but I already helped him for years. I just finally chose to help my daughter instead. So I ask you, my friends, was I too harsh on the man I once called son? Should a mother-in-law forgive everything because family is family? Or is there a line, a cold, clear line where love stops and justice begins? Tell me what you think in the comments. Was Evelyn right to cut him off completely, or should she have given him another chance? If this story moved you, touched you, or made you think, please hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you never miss a story. Drop your city or country below. I truly love hearing from you all. And if you want to support the channel so I can keep sharing these life lessons, a super thanks would mean the world. Thank you for listening with your hearts open. I'll see you in the next story. Take care of yourselves and the ones who truly love you back.